Hey, Jen, the Holistic Health Boss, your functional diagnostic health practitioner and expert, and I want to bring you some facts about belly fat this week. And that's because I would say that 90% of the people I talk to would love to lose weight around their midsection. And most of them are seeking that ever so elusive flat stomach that I know that we all want. And I wonder if maybe you're one of these people and this information could help you too. So if you are, I have some really good news for you. There's still time to flatten your stomach for this summer, and we're gonna talk about some actions that you can take. And these actions don't require counting calories, crash dieting, or spending hours at the gym. Because the fact of the matter is, belly fat is not always a result of eating too much and exercising too little. In fact, the calories in versus calories out methodology is a dying school of thought. There is a plethora of research these days showing us just how broken the calories in versus calories out and crash dieting approach is. In fact, cutting calories and crash dieting can actually cause weight gain long term. Now, everywhere you turn, you'll see lots of marketing, promotional products, and advertising geared towards the calories in versus calories out method for weight loss and finding that flat stomach. And yet, there are still people who are struggling to lose or maintain weight loss, even when they've tried almost every single diet and exercise routine that is out there. And then there are those people that we all know who have the stick skinny arms and legs, but are really round in the middle. So what's their story, right? What is the deal with this belly fat that just won't budge in some cases? Well, we're gonna dive into that in greater detail because the accumulation of fat in our bodies, and particularly around our midsection, is way more complex than what is portrayed in mainstream media or in mainstream health. And diet and exercise actually play a small role in the reason why you accumulate fat around your midsection. In some cases, what we think is eating healthy and exercising can even contribute to fat accumulation. So here are some facts about belly fat that I bet you didn't know, but you should be paying attention to. Excessive inflammation increases the storage or capacity of fat cells, particularly white fat cells, which are directly related to the spare tire effect that we can get in our belly. Now, white fat cells that accumulate around the midsection also serve as like a protective mechanism to store the toxins that you're exposed to in order to prevent them from affecting your brain. So the more toxins you're exposed to, the more white fat cells your body makes and the bigger the spare tire gets. Now, another factor in this is constipation and poor liver detoxification, which can lead to a buildup of toxins in the body, which creates even more white fat cells around your midsection. And then we also have excessive amounts of white fat cells that trigger even more inflammation, which can result in fluid retention such as edema, resulting in even more white fat cells, such a vicious cycle, and a toxic body that can intentionally hold on to those fat cells in order to hide toxins and protect you from them, because if they were released, they would recirculate and maybe cause damage. Now, also low glutathione levels can reduce mitochondrial function, which leads to weight gain and weight resistance. For those of you who don't know, glutathione is the most powerful antioxidant, and mitochondria is an organelle within our cells that generates energy from the foods that we're eating to help us burn off fat. Another factor is insulin resistance or carbohydrate intolerance, which contributes to a fatty liver, and all of which contribute to inflammation overload and poor toxin elimination or detoxification in the body. Do you see now why diet and exercise aren't always enough to get rid of belly fat? Now, in this week's blog, I want to straighten out some of these facts for you and also give you tips so that you can get that flat stomach for the summer. So let's dive into this in a little bit more detail and talk about what it is that you can specifically do to help get that flat stomach. So what we talked about already, now you know the facts about belly fat. It might seem like getting rid of it is much more harder than maybe you originally thought. And in some sense, yes, it may be a little bit more challenging, right? Diet and exercise are a part of it, but they alone won't get rid of it. You're gonna have to do more. But I don't want you to lose hope, because there are some really simple shifts that you can make. So here are 4 simple steps that you can take to help to reduce your inflammation and your toxic load while boosting your liver function and glutathione levels to help you get that flat stomach for summer that you've always been wanting. Step 1 is to boost your glutathione and liver function. Now, your body needs some essential nutrients such as cysteine, which is a sulfur-rich amino acid, B12, and selenium to make glutathione and for your liver to function optimally. So I want you to eat foods that are rich in these nutrients, such as organic, grass-fed red meat, wild salmon, chicken, lamb, almonds, Brazil nuts, tuna, broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, asparagus, onions, and spinach. Load these things up on your plate. Step 2 is to cut down on carbs, especially the processed ones. Now, this should be pretty easy if you focus on replacing carbohydrates, especially those processed ones, with some of the nutrient-dense foods that I just mentioned. Eating too many carbs in one sitting or multiple times a day can oversaturate your cells with glucose, causing or leading to insulin resistance, even in the healthiest person. So focus on replacing your carb intake by bumping up your healthy fats with things like avocados, fattier cuts of organic meat and poultry, and oils such as coconut oil, olive oil, and avocado oil. By bumping up your fats, it will cut the carb cravings, it'll leave you feeling fuller and more satisfied and less bloated. Step 3 is to minimize your toxin exposure. We can't always control what toxins we are exposed to because we can't always see, hear, or smell or feel them, but taking action to control the ones that you are aware of can drastically reduce the toxic load on your body. Now, some swift and strategic toxic reducing actions you can take include using non-toxic home cleaning and personal care products like your shampoos and conditioners, drinking and cooking with filtered water only, maybe getting a HEPA air filter for your bedroom or for your office, and getting outside multiple times a day to get fresh air, because that helps you to cleanse out toxins. Step 4 is to reduce inflammation. By minimizing your toxic exposure, cutting down on carbs, and boosting your liver and glutathione levels, you'll already be on your way to reducing inflammation. Now, there are a lot of other unforeseen things that can cause inflammation, such as food sensitivities, maybe intestinal parasites, bacteria, or yeast overgrowth that's in the gut. So to sort out some of those other inflammatory agents, you'll maybe need to do some testing for that. But you can also take reducing inflammation to the next level by getting into bed by 10 p.m. and avoiding some of those top toxic inflammatory foods such as gluten, dairy, sugar, soy, and alcohol. Now, I can almost guarantee if you practice these simple steps every day, your belly fat will start going away in 30 days or less. Sometimes my clients report that it happens within a week. And if you still feel stuck with belly fat that just won't budge, let's test you so that you don't have to guess anymore, but you can see exactly what's going on. To get your hands on the right lab tests and resources so that you can find the missing pieces of your health puzzle and start feeling like yourself again, or maybe for the very first time, I want to invite you to schedule a complimentary Ideal Health and Weight Discovery session with me so that we can talk about what's going on with you specifically and what actions to take next. Now, I hope that you found these facts about belly fat really helpful this week to help you get that flat stomach for summer. To schedule your complimentary Ideal Health and Weight Discovery session, for more information, click on the link below or go back to the email where you found this video. All right, you guys, that's it for this week. See you next week on the blog.